As we close this morning, you know, my office is right here. I don't have a filing cabinet, but I sit right there where Joe is because I have a stiff muscle condition and it takes me a little while drinking coffee to get loosened up, so I'm here every morning. So when we have caucus every morning, there's a lot of people that come into this restaurant who agree with us. A lot of people. Well, today I talked to a fellow, I won't mention his name. He said, man, ever since Obamacare kicked in, I was paying $400 a month for me and my wife and the child that we had. And since Obamacare kicked in, I am having to pay $800 a month with high copays. And I said, all right, let me tell you why. And I said, because this fellow over here that we talk to all the time, he's paying $90 a month for his premium, Obamacare, and he loves it. Remember that provision that's in Obamacare where you don't have to verify your income, you can just say whatever you want? It's in there. If Pelosi had read it, she would have known it. But what we find out is later, it's in there. So what can happen is this fella, he won't report his income. And I don't have a problem with people not reporting your income, that's their business. But when you're gaining a benefit in violation of a statute, but he's not violating anything, you don't have to verify your income. You can just say it is, and then you can get subsidy. If he wasn't getting subsidy for his premium, he would have to pay $400 a month. So I said to this fella that I was telling about, this other fella's got it, and he's had that discussion with him, well, my Obamacare is giving me $70. I said, guess who's paying his subsidy? I said, it's your $400 a month is paying for his. All of a sudden, he's a Tea Party conservative. I am not going to deny Linda the microphone.
I've got a point.
Okay, getting the ladies involved, I love it.
Just along with what you were saying, what about the IRS factor? We all have to do our taxes, and is this fellow going to end up paying in the end?
Well, the point is that what he does with that is his business. But when it comes to the point of lying about it to gain a benefit of Obamacare subsidy, and then there's no accountability to it because the non-accountability is written into the law. Yeah, he may be held accountable by the IRS, but I wouldn't wish that on anybody. Okay, Billy's got a question.
Give Joe the mic.
Yeah, give Joe the mic. We'll get to Billy. I did want to close, but I love it when people respond.
I gotta put in my footnotes. And in regards to Professor Kaufman, I just want to say it does not take a rocket scientist to realize that we are headed for another ice age, not global warming.
Yeah, I don't agree with everything that he has to say on it. Ed, we'll come back to you, but Billy never asked for the mic.
Couple of things there. There was an intelligence officer Bob Ducos was talking to a couple of days ago, and that the first 3 years after 9/11, we did gain 50% of the information we now have on all terrorist groups. But on this subsidy deal, I think you're talking about my nephew. But they're right now, there's a case in the Supreme Court.
I cannot confirm nor deny that.
Okay, yeah. Well, I know those numbers and I know who said it. There's a case now, we're talking about subsidizing this, the thing of unequal. I thought everything's supposed to be fair for everybody, Obamacare, but apparently it's not. But right now there's a case in the Supreme Court.
Who's fair?
And what do you think? Does it have any teeth to get anywhere? Because we know that Roberts, they all decided he was the vote that said it was a tax.
It was a tax.
Okay, now these people that it didn't make it to the Supreme Court where they're challenging the subsidizing of it, being attacked for that.
Folks, this is serious. We'll get to you. You brought up a good question. We'll go to Ed and then to Barb, Roger. Let me answer that.
Go to Barb first.
Okay, go to Bart first. But let me answer Billy, because it is in the Supreme Court, and I fear the Supreme Court is not going to give us a proper decision, just like John Roberts did not give us the proper decision on the Obamacare being a tax. Because it was promoted, it was formulated, said it isn't a tax as they built it. And he decided it was a tax. And he's also the guy who couldn't remember the oath of affirmation for President Obama. President-elect Obama. He fumbled the words. Does anybody really believe that the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court forgot the words? I don't believe he forgot the words. I believe that it was an intentional thing to put it into the basement of the White House the night after, so that Obama could swear his oath of affirmation on the Koran. That's what I think. Barb? So I'm not encouraged that we'll get a good decision out of the Supreme Court on this.
I don't want to start another whole issue, but you're dealing with, the huge aspect of all the things that are coming down upon us. But I think we as women, we need to focus on what we can do. No, I shouldn't say that. You have grandchildren.
I do?
Yes, you do.
I do.
What I'm talking about is we need to really educate our grandchildren and our children. I've become more aware of the issue again, of this whole issue with Muslims, etc., Muslims of all kinds. And we need to teach our little ones, starting from the time they are little. Do not believe it when you are told, or when you see in the public library, or when you're told in school, that everyone is created equal, and that the Jews, the Muslims, and the Christians all have the same God, and our religions are almost all the same. There's very little difference between them. The other issue is we need to teach our young men and women, do not become involved.
We need to teach them to not become involved?
Do not become involved with someone else and then get married and then have children, etc., etc.
The morals of the Judeo-Christian morals.
Exactly.
Okay, Barb, you would have to agree that in the last year that I have said the Willer and Tea Party Caucus is mission-minded and motivated, that our mission is to inform and to educate. That's what we do the best. I've spoken about it here tonight. So what you're saying is something that I already believe we need to be doing. As far as educating our grandchildren, yes, but you can't get into that home without going through your children. And so I'm believing that the sovereignty of that home and my son or my son-in-law, I have to win them over first.
Exactly.
And that is what the attempt is. But you're right about education.
It's this common core thing, though. They want to know what every one of us believes, and they want it on paper, in writing, and then put.
Right. I mean,
oh yes, ma'am. Oh, yes.
that's our issues. We are issue-oriented. I no longer just want to get Republicans elected. It's not that I don't want to help get good Republicans elected. It's not my main mission. Barb, my main mission is to do what you're saying, but I'm surprised that you haven't recognized it. When you say we need to be doing it, it is something that I have said is all I really want to be doing.
Maybe you are, but I think there are a whole lot of us that are not really doing it. Because
I think you are because you're aware of it, and I think all of us do. I think everybody gets their time and their place, they do it. You can't all jump on top of a car and do it. You can't do it. I am blessed to have this platform, this podium, and I appreciate it more than I can express. Not everybody can have that. You do what you can do. Don't beat yourself up. We do it. Anything else?
We have to be more faithful in doing that. I just heard of a little boy that was taken from his home in America. Someone came from I can't remember the country, but anyway, it's a Muslim, came and married one of our young girls, and this happened in my own personal family, so I'm aware of that. But they come and marry our American kids.
To make anchor babies.
And exactly, and then the little boys, the girls are different, but the husband and wife separated, but the man still has the authority and snatches that little boy and takes him from America, he's 10, 11, 12, takes him to a foreign country, and he will bow his knee or his head.
But even worse than that, he becomes Islamicized.
Exactly.
And he becomes
Sent back here.
an Islamist, jihadist, a terrorist with an American birth certificate.
That's right, he will be sent back here. I believe firmly in that.
Yeah, well, that is happening. It's
That
not,
is happening.
it is just
Well,
not new.
I did not realize, I did and yet I did not. It just was reconfirmed again this last week, which is very shocking that they are using our own children. They will use our own children
Yeah.
to take us down.
Oh, absolutely. Marna, did you
One
have a
last
question?
thing,
Oh,
one
one
last
more
thing.
thing.
I believe it's next Monday at Western our Tea Party. The Still Small Voice, I believe, the little girls are going to be singing there, if I'm not mistaken.
That would be, that's the right to life. That John's sister, yeah, I think John's sister's the head of the Right to Life group, and John's very involved in that. John Taylor, and he's very passionate about it. That's going to be a good
Oh, I didn't
program.
know that they were right.
Yeah. I appreciate John's position on that.
They're very good.
Okay, Marna, you wanted to say something? Oh, I was wrong? Okay, listen, folks, we could go all night and I don't want to. I want to let folks go home. Did you have less? Go ahead.
After what Barbara said here, this is minor, but initially you were talking about the young man that his copay was so high. Well, recently I experienced the same thing. And I looked at it, and my copay was the same, almost within $5 of what the insurance company paid for one little test that took less than 15 minutes for my wife. And I told her, I said, you're not allowed to go in for any more tests or to get sick again. We will die protesting Obamacare.
I don't have the heart to close somebody's hands up. Okay, I'm proclamating, last question, we close.
Well, I would suggest a procedure of you just pausing for a few minutes and say, those of you who want to leave.
No, that's not the way we work.
And the rest of you can
Okay, take the mic from him. You have a question?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead. Not a commentary. Go ahead.
Yeah, the question,
No, I want you forgot again?
I forgot it.
Okay, folks, thanks for coming out tonight before Dave remembers that question. Good night, have a good trip home, and thanks for coming out.